So in the world of sneakers, you'd probably realise by now that there are a bunch of people that go out, try and buy as much as they can of certain things just to make a profit. And that profit is on the back of our heartache. Yeah, resellers. And I have been of the thought that they're fucking losing their mind for quite a while now. When during the initial stages of the pandemic, when everyone was, buying up every pair of lows, mids, and, in some instances just making $20 on them, I thought it was crazy. And for as much as I think they're crazy, there's got to be people buying them, or there wouldn't be a point to this, right? But for me, it feels like it's almost getting to a point where there's more resellers than there are people willing to pay resell. We saw that same sort of community, if you can call it that, buying up all the cores stuff from Uniqlo or IKEA. They're like little fucking puzzles, and we're trying to charge like $100 for a puzzle. Like, bro, it's not gonna happen. Then obviously the PS5s, but they've kind of dropped off now because the more stock happens, the more there's no point to it. People are just paying for it. It gets to a point where people that are gonna buy a PS5 have eventually got to them, or they've just gone the other route and got an Xbox. So it's good to see, because honestly, I remember around Christmas time there was a video that dropped. It just circulated through Facebook, and it was, kids opening up a PS5 on Christmas, and seeing their faces, man, how could you want to, go against that and withhold that? Then you had people reselling New Balance, specifically 550s, and it was the black and white colorway and the baby blue colorway. Let's call it a UNC colorway, but UNC has an affiliation with Jordan Brand, so I don't think you can really call it that. But anyway, they started out, let's say, what do they retail for? Like $180, $160? And people were trying to sell them for like $400. And look, they're having their moment. New Balance is having their moment. Me personally, I don't really like 550s. I know a lot of people do though, but 400, 300, it's not going to happen. And it probably hasn't happened because I'm now seeing those same people trying to sell them for 200. So again, making $20. And all this type of information is delivered to these people through something called a cook group. And for me, I feel like all these little things that, they add or tell, they're just trying to justify their monthly fee. Whereas I've seen ads pop up on Instagram for certain cook groups, and they're like, oh, we let our members know where the early access was at Nike stores for this, this, and this. That's valuable information, but is it worth paying a monthly fee for? I don't know. I don't think so. Me personally, if I wanted to, I roughly know when shoes are gonna drop. I know the stores that they would potentially drop in, so if I wanted to, I could go do that. I could go camp out, but I don't really need to. I have too many pairs of shoes as it is, and when I do miss out, all it's doing is stopping me from going broke and buying too many. So it's kind of like a balance, yeah? I feel like I'm seeing this wave of Nike by You. People are designing like a Nike by You. Maybe it looks like a certain colorway that's popular. Maybe it's just a really nice colorway, and then straight away they want to sell it for $300. It's like, dude, you design this for something that you want to wear, that you like, just to sell for someone else? I don't get it. And I feel like the laugh reactions and everything like go hand in hand. Like I'm not the only one laugh reacting at this shit. So it's gotta be, I think it's going nuts. And I feel like the bubble is bursting. Like obviously super limited releases, super hype stuff is always gonna have that. But the GR stuff, I think they're finally learning their lesson, right? It's interesting to me that, you know, certain joints that when they came out, let's say like 2018, 2019, maybe even 17, certain Jordan 4s, 3s, that sort of thing, that sat on the shelf, right? I remember like could have caught multiple pairs myself, and I just got one pair of the ones I wanted and kept them moving. As you should do. If it's something you really like, you know, grab two, spread the love, that sort of thing. Hold on to them for a couple of years, wear them when the other ones are trashed, whatever. But Black Cat 4s are now like reselling. I remember when they were reselling for like $300-400, and I thought that was crazy because they sat for months on Foot Locker's website. Like months. I could have bought multiple pairs. I could have bought up a full size run. Some dude the other day trying to sell a used pair for like $900. What are they going for on? Let's go US 10 on StockX. I got to imagine that, you know, he's getting these prices from somewhere. So we go Jordan 4 Black Cat. Size 7's going for like $1,000. Size 10 is going for $1,300. This is insane to me. It's a black shoe. It's essentially a school shoe. Like, I had a wedding around that time and I contemplated purchasing them just so I had something for the wedding. Absolutely insane. What's more insane is if we go to, so click on 10. Lowest ask or highest, lowest ask is $1,300. Highest bid is $964. Now this is obviously America. This StockX market isn't exactly the same as an Australian market, because I feel like we have a little bit more common sense, but at the same time it comes and goes. The other one that I noticed recently is the What the 4s, and for every pair of What The's, except for maybe the Prestos and the 4s, there's been super hype around, right? But the 4s like had zero hype, like even less than the Black Cats. Again, for months I could have got pairs for months, and I'm kicking myself because I kind of wish I did now. But I'm not big on the mismatch thing. But you know, a white pair of Jordan 4s, you can't go wrong. Let's see what they're going for now, because I swear I seen someone trying to sell them for $500-600. This is on a Facebook marketplace. So alright, what the Jordan 4s, if we go to size 10, $702 is the lowest ask. Highest bid is $500. So there is someone willing to pay $500 right now for something that's sat for months. This is why I try and give as much information to you guys on the Creased Instagram, and even on here where I can, on how to cop, how to get in raffles and that sort of thing, and when things are sitting, because I want every opportunity for you guys to cop over someone's going to hold on to them for, what year did these come out? Doesn't even say what year, but what the 4s came out. I feel like 17, 18, 19, somewhere around there. November 2019, right? November 2019, couple years later, $700. Insane. Another one is the Cool Grey 4s. Now, these joints actually released at my local Foot Locker. I slept in and got there at like 12 o'clock. They still had a full size range. Insane. Because my local Foot Locker is a small regional Foot Locker, and they only get limited amounts of pairs. So the fact I could go get a 10, which is one of the most popular shoes, if you know, within sneakers, or just in general, people wearing shoes, you know, is insane. And these joints here are one of my favourite cops. Like, I've worn these a bunch, and because they're that nice grey suede, like, it doesn't really, you can't tell, it doesn't even look like they've creased anywhere there. Barely any mark, but if you have a look, you know, the sole, I've definitely worn them. So we go cool grey 4s. And I've obviously got the cool grey 3s as well. I've shown them a bunch of times, and they're one of my favourites as well. They sat. Now they're selling, I want to say around 300, so not too much over retail. But this is why, like, I try and share within stories, posts, whatever, to show you that these are sitting. If you like them, get them. Don't be influenced by the hype, because you could end up paying $698 for this. These sat. I'm not going to say months with these, but I'm definitely going to say weeks. These definitely sat for weeks. On the website, there was restocks, everything. This isn't even the craziest bit. The craziest bit, to where I feel like resellers have lost their mind, to where they've had some person in a cook group tell them this is a good idea, is the Air Jordan 1 Low golf shoes. Now, I posted like a week before these dropped. I didn't think they were going to drop so soon. I knew they were dropping soon, but not so soon. I feel like I posted on the story these were coming. I said a lot of people are going to be golfers or act like they're golfers now. And then like a few days later, they actually dropped on Nike's website. Not on the launch, not on sneakers, they just dropped in their GR section. So people were buying like 10 pairs. I've seen people with like receipts of buying 15 pairs. And they're trying to sell them on Facebook Marketplace. How much are they trying to sell these for? They retailed for $180, I feel like. They're trying to sell these for $500. Sure, you know, it's the shape of a Jordan 1 Low. You got shadow, Chicago's, and there was like a white joint with a little bit of grey. I can't remember, neutral grey they call that. Cool. Problem is, right, the sole on it, while it doesn't have the screw-in sprigs like say the Jordan 4 and 5 golf shoes did, it's still quite a heavy turf-based sole. So just general walking around in them isn't going to be comfortable. And it's almost like, you know, you see someone wearing some Chicago's and you go, oh damn, oh, you got the golfs on. My bad, bro. Keep it pushing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you saw someone with breads and like from a distance and you go, oh, he's got the mids on. Oh, it's mids. Don't worry. Don't worry. Or like, what's that line on the Macklemore song? He's like, oh, you got the Velcros. It's kind of like that. You know what I mean? $500. This is the issue. Sneakerheads aren't going to wear them. Golfers aren't going to pay that. Where's your market? And I have no doubt that people on StockX have got these prices for them. We go Jordan 1, Chicago. Taking a while to spell Chicago. The swipe text golf. It's the #1 search when I type in Jordan 1 Chicago. So if I go to size 10, which is my size, just comes up automatically. Lowest ask is $534. Highest bid is $451. Someone is actually willing to pay that. Last sale was $545. Now, don't get me wrong, this is based in America. Most people using this are from America. And there probably are, you know, people that play golf. But what you need to know about golfers is the money they spend is not on their shoes. The money they spend is on their clubs. I'm not a huge golfer, but I have family that is, and that's why I ended up with a lot of golf clubs. But most golfers, you're lucky to spend $100 or so on these, and they don't replace them. and they're stuck in their ways. It's like FootJoy or even Adidas kind of crept into it. But like, I know when Nike started making golf shoes, a lot of golfers weren't really into it. I don't know. I don't know if resellers have gone crazy or us sneakerheads are going crazier, because there's obviously people willing to pay this. Me personally, I just feel ignore them, don't pay it, don't do anything like this. Eventually the prices will come down, like we saw with the PS5s, New Balances, and mids and lows. They're getting out of all that stuff, right? If you actually want these, I feel like if you hold off long enough, they'll eventually have a fire sale, because let's face it, most of these people do not have money to hold their inventory for long periods of time. Hold off, couple weeks, couple months, you'll see the fire sale. But what do you guys think? Me personally, I don't need to pay resale on anything. Like I've said before, I've got enough shoes. What I do cop is dope. What I can't cop wasn't meant to be. There's a couple of things that maybe I'm looking at, maybe, but then I could just wait for a retro. The way they're doing retros at the moment, it's coming and going pretty quickly. Let us know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. Do you have like a pair of Wattas or Black Cat 4s or Cool Grey 4s or certain 3s, 2s? 2s are starting, because Virgil did the 2s. People, you know, feel like there's value there. Oh man, it's a crazy, crazy game we're in. But would we have it any other way? This has been another episode of Creased. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back with another couple episodes next week. Peace.